Welcome back, everybody. Hope y'all are doing great today because today we're back in Offroad Outlaws. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell to get notified of every video that comes out on this channel. And feel free to also check out my Discord at down description below. Now let's get to the video, everybody. As y'all saw by the intro there, yes, I have an intro now. I needed one because, well, I couldn't remember what to say at the beginning of every gosh darn video I make on this channel. So I went ahead and recorded about 10 different takes at it until I finally got it. And there you go, there's the intro. So there's that out of the way. So today we're going to be going over some of the updated builds. And y'all might notice that this is one of the latest builds right here. Yes, I know. I retuned it as well, and it is a heck of a lot better, as well as all other 5 out here. So all these 6 are retuned and working great. So let's go and get into upgrades. Everything's the same in here, just all the same. Now tuning is where it changes. The suspension for the front, axe width 0.05, damping 40/60, shocks 1, shock size 1.5, stiffness 35,300, a lot higher than usual. Travel 0.25. So, like I said before, I'd be coming up with some new tunes, and well, I did just that. So this is what y'all are getting. Axe width for the rear is 0.00, damping 40/60, shocks 1, shock size 1.5, stiffness 35,300. Travel 0.10, and rear steering, nothing. Axle type and brake type are all stock. Now on to the wheels and tires. So rim size for the front is 1.2, radius is 1.0, and width is 1.1. Now rear is 1.1 rim size, radius is 1.1, width is 1.4. So there's the rims and tires for you. Now on the gear tuning, first gear 3.1, second 1.8, third 1.4, fourth 1.3, fifth 1.1. It's quite a weird tune, to be honest, but it works. So yeah, and then I just changed low gear to whatever the heck I wanted to, same as y'all can do. And if y'all have a tune that works better, let me know. Don't let me know, or just use that tune. I really don't care. So now let's get on to the next vehicle. Our next vehicle here, we've got the C10 drag truck, which here lately has really surprised me in how well it performs. Which I did change up some of the decals. I added one up here and these 2 stripes off to the side just to fill in the void that was up there. Yeah, it kind of made me a little annoyed that there was a void up there. So, yep, I did that. Now, let's go and get into the suspension tuning. And, yeah. Oh, yeah, I can't remember if I showed the zoomies that I put on there. Well, if they aren't new, then there you go. They're there. Along with all the other changes I did to this thing, which are slicks and all that other stuff. If I didn't mention that before, I can't remember, to be honest, because my memory's crap. So let's get into the tune. So front stuff, axe width is 0.00, damping 2575, leaf spring 0.02, shocks 0, shock size 1.0, spring bracket 0, stiffness 15,700, and travel 0.11. Yep. Now onto the rear, axe width 0.00, damping 40/60, leaf spring 0.02, rear steering 0.00, shocks 0, shock size 1.0, spring bracket 0, stiffness 15,700, and travel is 0.13. Now onto the wheels and tires. So the fronts are 1.2 rim size, and the radius is 0.8, and width is 0.8. They're actually quite similar. So now rear rim size is 1.1, radius is 0.8, and width is 1.1. Yay! Now, onto the gear tuning. We got first gear, 2.8, second, 1.4, third, 1.1, and fourth, 0.8, and fifth, 0.6. And low gear, whatever you want to do it as again. Now, let's get on to the next vehicle again. So, now onto the tow rig, which has had a lot of changes done to it. Suspension, coloring, and a few other things. So basically, all I've done with this is lower it down, do the suspension painting, and sort of change the... I can't remember the name of it. Whatever it is now shinier, okay? So now let's get on to the tuning. So front is axe width 0.00, damping 2800, leaf spring 0.00, shocks 1, shock size 1.4, spring bracket 1, stiffness 22,080, travel 0.26, rear 0.02, damping 50/50. That's a funny way to put it. Leaf spring 0.02, rear steering 0.00, shocks 1, shock size 2.0, spring bracket 1, stiffness 40,200, and travel 0.15. Also, you can in fact get this exact number. All you have to do is drag it all the way down, maxed out, and you can get it there easily. Unless you just want to go through the painstaking process of just getting as close as you can. Whatever suits you. Now let's get on to the wheels and tires. Rim size for the front. This will be both front and rear. The only thing that'll be different in the rear is width. So rim size for the front is 1.2, radius is 1.0, and width is 1.0. Now rear width is 0.8. To sort of just keep it okay looking. So there's that. Now gear tuning. First gear 3.2, second 1.8, third 1.3, fourth 1.0, and fifth 0.8. And low gear is just, again, whatever you want it. I'd prefer lower on this one where it's got more torque because you're a tow vehicle. That's just up to whatever you want it though. So let's move on to the next vehicle. And the next one will be the Racing Mud Truck, which is still probably one of my favorite builds right now, as of the moment, because it catches the eye, really. That's what it's good for. And it performs well, too, especially with this retune. So let's get into the tuning. So suspension, axis width for the front is 0.00, damping 3565, shock size 1.5, stiffness 29,000, travel 0.8. Now for the rear, axe width 0.00, damping 3070, shock size 1.5, stiffness 26,900, travel 0.7, rear steering is 0.00. So let's see. Yeah, it's level. Okay, so that's one thing I'm proud about, is it's still level. I don't want a squatted truck. I never want one. They're an abomination. Okay, let's get on onto the next thing before I get a lot of comments about how much I'm being a disgrace to something. Because there'll be someone that likes them. Okay, let's get to the wheel size. So rim size is 1.0, radius is 1.5, width is 1.6 for all around. So basically what I've done to this thing is shrunken the tires to give it a little bit more acceleration, changed up the gearing, and a little bit with the suspension. It's all mainly in the gearing. And pretty much everyone should know that. That is decent with tuning in this game. First gear, 3.1. Second, 1.6. Third, 1.3. Fourth, 1.0. Fifth, 0.9. And low gear is whatever the heck you want it. I just have mine set at 2.1. So, that's this one pretty much updated. Now let's get on to the next one. Again. And the next one will be Trail Rescue Rig, which has had a little bit of a change to the decals, a little bit with the wheels and tires, and some suspension. Actually, I've lifted the thing a little bit, but what I've done with the decal is added the Offroad Outlaws logo, shrunk down the trail rescue rig thing to fit it in there a little bit better on both sides, and added the Offroad Outlaws thing on both sides. And added, actually, I think the Wolf Army logo is already there. I think that's the only real decal change to it. So let's get on to the suspension. So front is axe width 0.02, damping 3664, shocks 1, shock size 1.8, stiffness 20,600, travel 0.50, and axle type and brake type are just, actually I did change it for this, axle type and brake type are 1, both front and rear. So rear axe width is 0.02, damping 3664, rear steering 0.40. I actually used rear steering on this thing. Shocks 1, shock size 1.8, stiffness 20,600, travel 0.55. And you'll know the brake type and axle type. So that's everything with that. Now let's get on to the wheels and tires. So here we go. The rim size is 1.1, and wheels radius is 1.3, and width is 1.3 as well. I sort of upped the rim size a little bit and gave it a little bit of different look to it. And basically, lifting it will help it get over some of the obstacles that I've been having trouble with. Because I actually took it out to the trails and tested it a little bit, and yeah, I was having a little bit of problem with that, so I adjusted it to make it work a little better. Now, on the gear tuning, first gear is 3.2, second 1.9, third 1.5, fourth 1.3, and fifth 0.9. I think I'm going to change that to 1.0 though. Now, that's just because it's very unstable at high speeds with the rear steering. Now, low gear is also whatever you want, but I set mine to a little bit more of a torquey style because I'm on the trails. And you may need it for say, getting people out of a sticky situation. You may need that low gear. So, that's it with this one. Let's get on to, I think, the very last one we have. So, the final one for today will be the C10 Baja truck, or race truck for short. Whatever you want to put it as, that's really what it is. It deals with off-road. Not really rock crawling though. But I did update this one with the new update style and yeah, a few other things to make it look good. And retuned it as well, as of what this video is all about. I don't think I changed anything with the wrap there. Actually, yes, I did. I did add the wolf on it because I forgot to put that on there for some odd reason. Stupid me. Now let's get to the suspension. Front axe width is 0.00. Damping 4060. Shocks 1. Shock size 1.5. Stiffness 25,500. Travel 0.25. Now rear axe width is 0.00 as well. Damping 4060. Rear steering 0.00. Shocks 2. Shock size 1.5. Stiffness 25,500. Travel 0.25. Now let's get into wheels and tires. Rim size 1.1, radius 1.0, and width is 1.0 as well. Now gearing, which is always where the biggest change is. First gear 2.9, second 1.6, third 1.2, fourth 0.9, and fifth is 0.8. And low gear is again whatever you wanted. I'm going to set mine a little bit higher. 1.8 maybe. So there we go. There's the final truck. Hope y'all enjoyed this updated builds video. Hope it helped y'all a little. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody.